There we go. Okay, welcome everyone to our Shred10 Zoom. Today we are going to talk about this 4-month or 4-month lifestyle, healthy lifestyle program and what it involves. And hopefully you will join us. Our next Shred starts on Monday, October the 1st. That's 1 week from tomorrow. We are always looking to invite people to help us on this healthy living journey. And we always have a great time. We have amazing, amazing stories. You'll hear one of them tonight. So make sure that you still stay tuned to hear that story. But I first just want to get started with just talking to you a little bit about this healthy living revolution that I am a part of, and several of us here tonight are a part of this healthy living revolution. And what that is a group of people across the globe, literally tens of thousands of people who are taking their health back in ways that are simple, that are fun, that are affordable and doable. And we are inspiring other people to do the same along with us. And what we're seeing is we're seeing people come off of their medications. We're seeing people be able to live longer than what the doctor said they would live because of diabetes or because of heart disease and things of that nature. We're seeing people completely and totally turn around their lives. And so that's why we have this model, Take Healthy Back. And we wanted whoever invited you to this call or to listen to this recorded Zoom must care about you, and they must think a lot about you because they want you to have some tools and some knowledge and some education to help you take your health back. So I'm going to go ahead and share our screen, and we will get started with our fun information. Okay, so the reason why we have need for something called this Shred10 program is because there are two startling trends in our world. And we know that no matter what, there are these things that we are going to be butting our heads up against. And one of them is environmental toxins. And toxins are everywhere. They're in our water, they're in our air, they're in the soil. And the reality is, unless you live in the bubble, you are not escaping from these toxins, from makeup to shampoos to, like I said, what the chemicals are that they use on the food that we buy from the grocery store. We are living with and inundated with toxins everywhere. The other thing is the fact that our food quality is decreasing. We can't hardly pronounce some of the things that are supposed to be ingredients on the packages of our food anymore. And most likely, unless you are shopping just around the perimeter of the store, you are eating things that are full of preservatives, emulsifiers, synthetic vitamins, GMOs, growth hormones, artificial colors, trans fats. These are all things that are not investing in our health in any way, shape, or form. So these are the two main things that we're having trouble with in our society today. And so this is a topic that I want to discuss with you guys really quickly, because it is something that is very important for a lot of people, and it has to do with weight loss. And not everybody who does the Shred10 are trying to lose weight at all. But most people, there are some of you, so we want to make sure that we want to talk about that. So maintaining a healthy weight, because we know that excess fat contributes to over 20 different diseases alone. But it's something that's really important that we want to make sure that we give people tools to know how to combat. So the dots that you see in the large people here, these are impurities or toxins, okay? And what happens is sometimes when we try to get healthier, we start to over-exercise, and we start to, try to limit what we're eating, and we start calorie counting and things like that because we are, trying to get rid of weight. The thing about what the jobs of our fat cells are, our fat cells have a job to enrobe and just kind of surround the toxins in our body. And so that's what you see here are enrobed toxins here by fat cells. And when you diet or you overexercise, you might get rid of some of those fat cells. But now, because you haven't cleansed and you haven't focused on getting the toxins out of your body, you have exposed your organs to the toxins. So because your body is so smart, it actually is going to go back into fat production mode to protect your organs from those toxins. And then next thing you know, here you are again with the fat cells enrobing those toxins because you never detoxed, you never got rid of the toxins or cleansed your body with nutrition. You just worked out really hard and subtracted from the amount of food that you were eating every day. So there is a better way, and that's what we want to talk to you in regards to the shred. So when you burn fat the wrong way, like we talked about without proper nutrition, your toxins are re-releasing into the body. But the best way, the safe and healthy way to lose weight is to allow your body to cleanse itself by removing the toxic load and adding clean eating, especially fruits and vegetables, because that's what we know is full of antioxidants that helps to cleanse those toxins out of our body. So now you are shedding the fat in addition to assisting your liver so that it can do its job and cleanse those toxins out of your body. And then next thing, what we find is weight loss is easier, it's quicker, and you're able to maintain that weight loss because you've gotten rid of the toxins. So your fat cells have been fired. I like to call this stage firing your fat. You know, you don't want to give fat a reason to return to the body. So if you get rid of the toxins, then you have gotten rid of the purpose of those fat cells to come back. So this is a lot of what the Shred10 program is focusing on. And this is one of the solutions, growing your own food, because we know that when we grow our own food, it tastes better. And then if it tastes better, we're probably going to eat more of it. So this is called the Tower Garden. It's a soilless growing system. What we have found is that we can grow 30% more yield and 3 times faster than traditional gardening. It uses up to 90% less space and 98% less water than traditional growing. So it's also sustainable and it's better for the environment. You get increased nutrient density because of the fact that you are allowing your food to grow until it is ripened. And then you get to eat all of that nutrition right off the tower. And you can grow indoor or outdoor. So as we are getting to these cooler temperatures, people are loving the fact that they can still grow indoor all year round and get some really yummy greens and herbs and things like that throughout the winter. Another solution is Juice Plus, a product called Juice Plus, which we at the Healthy Living Revolution are a part of and love, because what other way can you get 45 different whole plant foods that have been vine ripened? So let me tell you a little bit about these fruits, veggies, and berries. These are, like I said, 45 different raw vine ripened fruits, veggies, and berries that you will be able to consistently eat every day. You can get it in in a capsule, or you can get it in a chewable. And just think about the last time that you ate all of these foods in one day. Like, it's unrealistic, right, to think of eating 45 different plant foods on a daily basis. And that is what we have the ability to do. This is a product that we include in the shred because we're focusing on getting the toxins out of the body. What better way to do that than to put a whole bunch of plants in our body to help flush out those toxins with all of those antioxidants. So that is something that we are really excited to include, and it is helping to give people their health back. Moving on to just talking about how often you eat. And then when you do eat, what are you eating? Are you eating something that is causing your sugar to spike, like this blue line, this light blue line? Something like this would be like even a bagel or a donut, or, even just toast in the morning. It might help to raise your sugar, but sometimes if it's not full of enough fiber and not full enough plants to help keep your blood sugar balanced, then what happens is you crash down down below to this zone of willpower, underneath the zone of willpower. And then when you feel so hungry, you feel like you're going to chew off your right arm, right? Like you're like, I need to eat, I need to eat, I need to eat. And your body is telling you need sugar because all you did was eat something that was super sugary and it did not sustain you. So what we want to do is we want to eat the right kinds of foods, and we want to make sure that we're eating things that are high in fiber to help keep our blood sugar nice and balanced in this zone of willpower so that we can make better choices of what to eat. So we talk about the fact that willpower is just a product of your blood sugar. So according to how high or how low your blood sugar, you have the ability to make better choices of what you're eating. And this was something that was huge for me because I know I did not eat until I felt like I was hungry. Well, then of course, what was I choosing to eat? The really horrible stuff. Things like Oreos, things like donuts, things like crackers, the stuff that has a lot of sugar content in it. And so this is something that we focus on a lot as well while we're doing the shred and learning how to make better choices of what we're eating. And one of the ways that we do this, we have the Juice Plus has a nutrition drink called Complete, and it is low glycemic that helps you to stabilize your blood sugar. It's vegan, it's non-GMO. It is gluten and dairy free, which is really good because that means that we are not promoting inflammation in the gut because of it being gluten and dairy free. It is also a plant-based protein blend. So you're getting 13 grams of protein. And we also have included a prebiotic blend of oligosaccharides, which is not just a big word. It really is really powerful for your gut because it's prebiotics essentially. And if you're not sure what a prebiotic is food that feeds your good bacteria. So all those good bacteria that you have in your gut, eating something that is high in prebiotic fiber, like oligosaccharides, like what's in the shakes here, will basically help you to grow the amount of good bacteria in your gut. And that's what we want to help you to have a healthier gut. People like to use the Complete as a healthy breakfast. That's what my go-to for breakfast every morning, a pre or post workout drink, or an afternoon late night snack. I know sometimes we make pudding with our chocolate Complete. Sometimes my kids like to make popsicles. They pour it in a popsicle mode and they eat it for breakfast in the morning, and they have basically smoothie pops for breakfast. Makes them feel like they're doing something like super wrong, but really it's all good. And this is another solution, just another way to get more plants in your body is the Omega blend. This is Juice Plus's new product. We all know that omegas are good for your heart, your brain, joints, skin, and eyes. And this is 100% plant-based whole food nutrition product, and it's pure and sustainable. We do not use the fish. We do not use fish oil because we have found that fish or that omegas actually come from an algae plant. It doesn't come from fish. Fish don't naturally make omegas. We get it from the algae in the ocean. So this company has provided a plant-based omega for us that we don't have to worry about the toxicity of the fish, or we don't have to worry about using, basically stealing more fish from the ocean, for the sake of omegas. So I love this product. This product has really helped me to have better eyesight even, and my hair and skin have improved also as a result of starting adding this. So talking a little bit more specifically about the shred, we're shredding the food, the toxins, and the habits that we know are not serving you. And what that looks like is we're going to follow these particular guidelines for 10 days. Now stay with me because this is where sometimes people start to get a little nervous. So we are going to add more real food by adding those trio of Juice Plus capsules every day. We're going to add 2 complete shakes a day. Okay, and plenty of water, enough water that when you go to the bathroom, the toilet is clear. You see no color. That's how much water to drink until the water is clear. Okay, and then 7 to 8 hours of rest, because we have found and we have studied and understand now that 7 to 8 hours, there's a lot of things happening within that 7th and 8th hour of rest for your body. So we want to really encourage that. And then we're also going to exercise on most days. Okay. These are the things that we're eliminating. We're eliminating gluten, not illuminating. No, We're not illuminating it. We're eliminating gluten. We're eliminating dairy, caffeine, alcohol, processed foods, artificial and refined sugars, and eating after 6 if at all possible, because we know that if you're going to bed with a full stomach, you cannot sleep like the way you would if your digestive process has already happened. So we want to make sure that there's a good 3 hours between when you lay your head to rest at night and you've eaten last. So those are the guidelines. And I'm going to have LaShawn unmute herself and just share briefly about her experience doing. She is one of our newer shredders, but she has an amazing experience, and we'd love for her to share that with us today.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Rihanna. Like Rihanna said, my name is LaShawn. I've been shredding since the first Monday in August, so a couple of months. I'll start with my story. And our year began kind of tragically. We lost a daughter in January 3rd to be exact. She was 25 years old, and she was killed due to gun violence. So needless to say, my life before shredding, in addition to the tragedy that occurred, I was really sluggish, no energy whatsoever. Depression was at an all-time high. I found myself just coming home, going to bed, and then maybe indulging in any type of food that was not good for me, total emotional eating. Also, from a medical perspective, I've been diagnosed with chronic sinusitis, and I have polyps. I'm going to put that in past. I had polyps in my nasal cavities. So I was not able to breathe out of my nose. Now I can. And I was not able to, my sense of smell was really, really low. And I also was, one of my other struggles had been, I have not seen under 200 pounds in over 28 years. Well, since starting Juice Plus, I'm now like completely energized. Like my Saturday mornings are crazy, filled with a lot of activities, and I'm able to get through them. Starting at 8 o'clock a.m. and ending at 9:30 p.m., still had energy. I find myself being a lot more happier, where I even go to my husband, hey, honey, I am so happy. And he's looking at me like I'm weird or whatever, because I am happy now. And it's not me faking it. And for so long it has been. Also, the polyps. Okay, so I had surgery in 2009 to get rid of polyps and to get a sinus deviated septum or something like that they call it. Well, unfortunately, polyps don't say gone. So that being said, they came back, they swell, and I was not able to, like I said before, breathe and smell things. Well, since being on Juice Plus, like I said, I can breathe. That has not happened in forever. And I know I may sound a little nasally, because I actually have to remind myself that I can use my nose now. And that's, I know it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. But I do. I'm like, okay, breathe through your nose, girl. That's right. I can do that now. So I actually have to retrain myself on breathing. And then my sense of smell is back. So that's a blessing in itself. What I expect as I continue this journey of healthy lifestyle living is I'm going to get to my goal weight of 170. So far, I have lost 10 pounds being on Shred. But I'm going to get to my goal weight of 170. I'm going to continue to feel great, and I'm definitely going to be sharing this with any and everybody. I'm probably going to get on people's nerves, but that's okay, because they're going to know that I love them enough to share this blessing with them. So that's my story. I know it's not the most hyped story. I mean, but it's a real life story. People have real lives going on, right? So, you know, you can get from good, bad, horrible, but, you know, I'm just telling you, if I can actually handle something like this, going through what I've gone through since January, I know anyone can. So I'll stop trying to sell you guys now. But
LaShawn, thank you so much, because I know I can't even imagine those dark days, you know, that you
Right.
experienced. And I think that's something that people forget about a lot, is how food can be connected to our emotions and to our mental health. And I think that that's something that you have found, and that, you know, that you have been able to kind of have a relief, you know, of those darker days, because you have supplied your body with not just nutrition, but even just moving around more, and
Exactly.
giving your body the things that it needs to kind of come out of, you know, come out of those dark days and just be able to function more effectively, not just mentally, but physically, mentally, emotionally. And I know one of the things, emotionally eating is one of the things that you mentioned to me that has kind of fallen to the wayside as well. And you're doing things that you know are serving you, and you've been empowered so much by these Shred10 habits. So I am just so excited for you to continue, you know, seeing the health, to get down to that goal weight that you know, are going
Absolutely.
for. And we're cheering for you all the way. So thank you so much,
Thank
again,
you.
for sharing. So
Thank you.
thank you, LaShawn. You've heard LaShawn's story, and these are some of the other most common results. And this was some of the things that happened to me, like craving more fruits and vegetables. At a, for somebody who was an Oreo hoarder, you know, the fact that I actually am craving things like Brussels sprouts now is crazy. Okay. Crazy. People are finding that they are at a healthier weight. They're recovering better from their workouts. I was talking to someone just yesterday that was talking about that. Improved sleep. That has been huge for a lot of people. Increased energy. Almost everybody can say their energy is through the roof. Healthier hair, nails, and skin. Improved regularity. Increased mental clarity. These are all amazing, amazing things. And these are kinds of things that we're talking about, why people are taking their health back. So, you know, how do we know that it works? Well, obviously we hear stories like LaShawn, but my mother always told me that you're known by the company you keep. And on this list is, I don't know how many different medical institutions and very prestigious organizations that have put Juice Plus to the test. And they have found a number of things that Juice Plus does in the body. Oh, I forgot that's not on this particular slide, so I'll have to just remember. Things that, things like it improves cardiovascular health, it protects the DNA, it supports the immune system, it decreases inflammation, systemic inflammation in the body. It um it contributes to healthier skin. I know I'm like, there's so many different things, but there's literally 39 different published studies now that you know, have proven all of these, what Juice Plus does in the body. And so we obviously just feel so blessed to have something like this, and to have all of these organizations like University of Yale and Harvard, Brigham Young, like all of these very prestigious institutions that have written these journals and said, yes, this is a valid product. So moving on. So this is what your Shred10 journey will look like. You are going to order your Juice Plus. It takes generally about 5 to 7 business days to get it. Then from whoever it is that introduced you to do the shred with them, they will send you the shred guide. They'll send you a digital version of it. And I kind of call this your Shred Bible. This is going to be all the things that in information and knowledge in there that you'll need to successfully do the shred. And then they'll send you a video with Dr. Mitra Ray. She's basically the mind behind the shred. And this is another good, just educational video for you to watch to make sure you know what this next 10 days are going to look like and why we're doing it, the kind of the science behind what we're doing. We'll add you to an amazing supportive group on Facebook. So you're not the only person that's doing this. You'll be in a group of other people. Also, it's not on this list, but you will be hearing from your sponsor, or the person who invited you to the shred. You will be hearing from them 3 times a day during the first 5 days, and 1 time a day during the last 5 days of the shred. So you're going to be getting lots and lots of good support and coaching, lots of cheering on through this while you're on that second day with a caffeine headache. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. Just wait till day 4. You're going to feel great. And then you're going to do the 10-day shred. And at the end of the 10-day shred, we're going to give you this Taste of the Shred cookbook, which is kind of like your, hey, hurrah, you know, free gift, you did it. And these will be all shred friendly recipes, so that as you continue through the rest of the 4 months lifestyle program, you will have some of these amazing recipes to be able to incorporate throughout the rest of the 4 months and throughout the rest of your life, obviously, if you'd like. And that's what the Live It portion is. It's the rest of the 4 months, rest of just that time where you're deciding, okay, I know that, caffeine, getting rid of it was hard at first, but now I realize my body is making its own energy. I don't need caffeine anymore. So you decide to cut caffeine out, or you decide to continue to limit, dairy and gluten and those things that are not serving you. And this is the part where you really feel empowered. You're like, okay, I can do this. So like LaShawn learned what was working for her in that first shred. She went on and shredded with us again in September. And the second time she did it, it was easier because she'd already kind of taken on some of those habits from the first time that she had done it. So what we're doing is we're not looking for perfection. I always like to say that we're not looking for perfection. If you mess up and eat a cracker on day 4, it's like we're not, no one's going to come by and like judge you for it or scold you for it. We're just helping to give you the guidelines and the tools, the things that we know do help. And going to coach you as much to our ability to help you to kind of, stay as close to those guidelines as possible. And then share it with people like LaShawn is doing. She's sharing it with her friends because she wants to see her friends, who are struggling with some of the same things that she struggled with. She wants to see them get healthier, and she wants to see them take their health back too. So that is what it looks like. And these are the different packages to get you started on. So there's the basic package, which is the trio, and enough shakes to last for you to be able to have 2 shakes a day during the shred, and then drop off to 1 shake a day for the rest of the 4 months. Okay. And then the premium is the same exact thing as the basic, except for we have added those plant-based omegas in there. A lot of people get started right there because they want the caps. They want the omegas along with the trio. And then the Shred10 package is the omegas with the trio and 2 shakes a day, not just for the first 10 days, that 10-day jump start, but throughout the whole 4 months, you have enough shakes for 2 shakes a day. Okay. And the pricing isn't on here in this particular presentation, but whoever invited you to, they can tell you. And this is what I have found. I have had people come to me and tell me that they have actually been able to save money during the shred because they find that they're not stopping at the drive-through, or they're not making those quick trips into Quick Trip, or, quick trips into Starbucks, to grab, that coffee or that, soda in that, candy bar, whatever it is. And they find that they are actually able to invest in their health, instead of investing in those things that they know are not healthy for them, and they actually have found money in their budget. It's brilliant. I love it. So anyway, make sure that you talk to the person who invited you so that they can go through these packages with you and find out which one is right for you. And that is all. So I'm going to stop the recording and see if anybody has any questions.